Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a broad spectrum reading, so I do speak in broad terms. You need to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. It is originally created for Friday, February 3rd. Sorry, I'm really under the weather, guys. Friday, February 3rd, but it's not solely set for that date. If you're seeing the video on a different date and it makes sense to you, by all means, utilize the video. I believe that videos can be timeless and readings can be timeless and they'll find you when you need them. If the video doesn't make sense to your current situation or you can't relate, that's okay. It doesn't mean anything's broken or wrong. You're just maybe working on something different at this time. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu on any of my daily videos. In there is just some general housekeeping rules that I want you to think about. What decks I'm currently using in the video, how to contact me on social media and follow me or contact me for a private reading. Know that I won't reach out or contact you. So if anybody ever contacts you and says they're me, that's not probably me. So, and then there's also simple ways to support the channel. Please, if you like the content, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share the video out, let others know about me, and leave me a question or comment. I greatly appreciate all of it. Sorry, my throat is just not having it today. I will be referring back to the Sunday underpinning energy, which is the Sunday reading for the week, and that populates in the lower left corner. So if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see here in this reading, that's usually where I'm referencing back to. You can always check out that reading at the end of this reading. All right, so let's see what Spirit wants us to know for what are the energies that are at work during Friday the 3rd. Sorry, that was kind of gross. My nose is like both stuffy and running at the same time. It's really weird. I did an at-home COVID test, and it's not COVID, thank God. I was a little nervous because I had been at that concert and traveling. So we're good there, but it still made me a little bit worried. All right, so let's see what the card is for today. Oh, wow. Live. Look at that beautiful green healing energy, both green and pink from the heart chakra. It's card number 3 of the major arcana. It's the Empress. She is my divine feminine card, basically, in the deck. I mean, obviously any of the queens are divine feminine, but the Empress is the epitome of divine feminine. She's kind of like how the Emperor is the all 4 best aspects of the 4 kings. The Empress is the same with the queen, right? She is closely aligned with the planet Venus, which is, centered around love, beauty, those sort of things. But also, Venus is kind of ruled by both Taurus and Libra, right? So we have that grounded earth energy of Taurus. We have the balance in air intellect of Libra. To me, I love her because she feels like yesterday we had that star. And to me, I feel like this is us stepping into going from the star into a more sound or grounded sense of self and our own value, our own divine feminine essence, owning it and realizing it, not necessarily trying to push it on anyone, but not necessarily also trying to hide it. Not that the star hides, but to me this feels like a natural progression from yesterday's card. Like, the way that I want to say this, or the way that these readings seem to be playing out for the beginning week of February, is it almost feels like we're stepping up into our power, and I hope that's the case. I would love to hear from you guys if you guys are feeling this energy. The Empress is going to be about a connection to Mother Nature. She's about fertility. So that, and when I say fertility, I mean, obviously that can mean pregnancy, but that can also mean like fertility of ideas, the birthing of, new opportunities, creation, right? That sort of idea of taking, what we love and creating it into something more real or more 3D, bringing it into our world, nurturing it, mothering it into being. The Empress is very much a motherly card, a nurturing energy. Again, I will say this because a lot of these cards have felt self-focused. I feel like this is about us embracing ourselves at an even deeper level than, say, the star, where not only are we embracing it, because the star to me from yesterday would feel more internal embrace, this feels like now that we've embraced ourselves internally through that star, we're ready to like sort of put it outward into the 3D world via the Empress, right? We understand what we deserve and kind of how we deserve it. And I'm gonna be honest, there's not a smugness to this card, but I feel like we're not going to settle for less. And that doesn't necessarily mean that we have to push anybody to our own will, but we have to be in our own, what's the word I'm looking at, like thinking of, like our own desire in a sense, because in the Sunday reading we have the influence now, because we're at Friday, we should be shifting from that influence of the Queen of Wands, which would be that desire, into the logic and fire action oriented of the King of Swords, right? So when I see this Empress here, not only is it a spiritual desire or clarity of that spiritual desire of what we're worth and what we want, but also the intelligence or the wisdom of the King of Swords, the logic, the cutting away of the riffraff, and owning who we are at a very real, tangible, earthy kind of level, right? I love that she's standing in this water, which to me, not only, it's like a connection to our emotional self. Like she presides over her sign, or her card is so earthy. She presides and connects automatically to the earth. But I love how this also has a connection to the water, where she kind of presides over her emotional well-being and nurtures that and cares for that. And there's definite like healing and heart chakra energy in this card with these colors present. We saw these colors yesterday, I believe, in the reading too. They were sort of reflecting in some of the other cards. There's been a lot of heart chakra energy going on in these readings, and I feel like that heart chakra energy needs to be turned kind of in on ourselves. Not even kind of, it should be, so that we can better embrace ourselves and own our true beauty, power, grace, intelligence, strength, all of those things that I kind of feel like are in not only the Empress, but also found in the King of Swords and the Queen of Wands. And remember, I always say this, swords and wands are complementary. Wands are fire, they consume air, and air feeds fire. So those two being the underpinning energies back to back from the weekly reading, underneath this Empress, kind of as we transition into the end of the week, really fuel this Empress to see who she is and understand who she is and really embrace that at a deep level. So I hope you guys are experiencing this at this time. If you're not, jump into this energy because it is available to you. This is card number 3 of the Major Arcana, and 3s always make me think of not only collaboration, but the collaboration of, and especially with the Empress, the collaboration of our own mind, body, and spirit coming into alignment with one another, where they're working together at a higher level or at a more nurturing level, at a calmer, more peaceful, centered level. We're connected to the environment around us in a loving way, right? In a compassionate way. But we're first and foremost going to honor ourselves, with this being the Empress card. Now let's look at the healing mantra. Sorry guys, I'm like so sounding gross. Embodying my soul. This Empress would be the embodiment of that. It's almost like bringing that soul energy of the star yesterday down from the cosmos, grounding it into our body, and having it emanate out as the energy of the Empress. And that would be the Taurian Earth influence there. I have a right to be excited. I love this green and the green there. Again, it brings me back to the heart chakra. I am going to read you Embodying My Soul from the book. Give me 1 second. I think this is about really like touching base with ourselves and then letting that shine through. Not like trying to impress anybody or, force anybody to our will in a way. We don't have to, I just feel like this is obvious to me. It's not like we have to prove it to anybody or show or convince anybody of who we are. We almost need to just see it for our own selves and then let the rest fall into place. Embodying our soul, so to speak. All right, I have a right to be excited. When your soul is embodied, you are grateful to be alive. You are aware of life as a precious opportunity to experience the frequency of your own light through the unique attributes, characteristics, and senses of a person. As your soul becomes embodied, you are elated to be a part of life's cosmic play, no matter how bad things seem. This mantra is ideal for developing courage, finding your inner voice, and feeling safe in your body. We saw that safe in your body too in the, ground your energy. And I think that we're channeling some of this higher spiritual energy through our body today via this Empress card. this is an opportune moment for creation of new ideas, new thoughts, new communications, and those thoughts, communications, and ideas should be putting ourselves at the forefront and our needs, not in a selfish way, but in a compassionate way, in a self-care sort of way. Everyone, this is going to sound kind of weird, but everybody serves the Empress. And you know what I'm saying? Excuse me, hold on, I need coffee. Everybody's here to serve the Empress, so to speak, And so, to me, allow ourselves to receive that, however we do receive that. And then I'm just going to show you the other card underneath here. It's honoring adversity. So if there is something going on where we're maybe not being honored or we're not being looked at, just continue to embody who we truly feel that we are and that we know that we are. Stay in that state of grace, compassion, love, keeping our emotions somewhat calm but connected to them, and staying grounded to the earth and connected to our environment are going to empower us. Now let's look at the clarifiers. We have the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like we saw that, was that yesterday? We did. So that's getting closer to us, is my feeling. The minute I saw it, I was like, wait a second, that was far away. Now it's getting closer. Ten of Pentacles, like I said yesterday, is about financial well-being, obviously, but it's also about just an abundance for ourselves and everyone else. It is earth energy, so it can be about jobs, money, finances, those sort of things. But it can also be an abundance of wealth within our relationships, truer connection, feeling seen even with this Empress here and this embodying my soul, allowing ourselves to be seen, and regardless of the outcome, within our relationships, there's a richness or a wealth that comes from this sort of state of being that I'm going to say that serves not only us, but also all of those around us, even if they're in resistance to it, okay? I have to say that because if some of you with this honoring adversity card, if some of you are experiencing people not wanting to see your Empress nature or they're reacting poorly towards it, that's more about them than it is about you, right? And we don't have to sink to their level or get triggered from that. We just stay in this embodying my soul Empress energy and allow sort of the richness to come in, the abundance to flow in, and understanding that in time, they may feel the freedom or the release to be able to step into their own honor of self. But that doesn't have to stop us from honoring ourselves. I hope that makes sense. The next card is the Nine of Cups. Wow. Speaking of honoring ourselves, this is about, nines are about completions for the reader, right? Or the readee, the person, right? Tens are about completion for the totality of the situation. The Nine of Cups is oftentimes a feeling of emotional well-being, completion, understanding and having worked through our emotions. And that Empress standing in the water definitely signifies that too. There is this embracing of where we're at emotionally that to me feels complete for at least ourselves. And we can complete cycles with others or situations around us through this Ten of Pentacles and be abundant, successful, and feel self-assured emotionally, certainly with this Nine of Cups here. Wow, and then the last card is the Sun. All right, you guys, this is Major Arcana. It's a highly positive card. It is Leo energy, which would coincide nicely with that Queen of Wands that kind of is fading out as we go into the King of Swords as the underpin. But I'll say that this Sun gives life to everything, right? It almost supercharges this Empress. It's like a little boost or an energy kick that empowers us even all the more. Today should be an extremely self-empowered day, or we have the opportunity to make it as such if we tap into these cards or these energies and access the Empress. Just invite your Empress energy in. Invite your soul to sort of do a drop in and start making the decisions for a moment. You'll find that those decisions will be positive and lead you to well-being, not only emotionally, but even in the 3D material world. They may show up over time, but allowing that to come in, allowing this energy to come in is a true shift. I also feel like with this Sun card here, it feels like the dawning of like a new day or a new realization, a new chapter. And the King of Swords influence at the end of the week indicates truth, right? Truth in action. So I feel like we're already beginning to realize that the sun is shining its light on whatever that truth is about ourselves and who we are or what we deserve or what our soul wants and how we feel about that. And then living in that very fully without like reproach or worry or shame or embarrassment or any of that stuff. This is about just kind of holding space for who we are and what we deserve, and then kind of maintaining that and not accepting anything less. The grounding stone for the day is wisdom. So this coincides nicely with the King of Swords because he is going to be about wisdom. I feel like there's a wisdom in knowing this aspect of ourselves, embracing it and owning it, and then allowing it to be our lead for the day. Remember the underpinning oracle card was that today is a good day. I hope you guys are reciting that mantra this week because this reading is that good day that we've maybe been mantraing for the last few days. There's an opportunity here to learn something about ourselves, to embrace something about ourselves, and to truly, truly, truly own it and allow it to just be and heal us. And from that healing, we may gain wisdom, or during that healing, we gain wisdom that empowers us in such a way where we feel really good, more complete, ready to make changes if changes need to take place in our life in our 3D world that maybe we weren't necessarily ready to do before, and it's taken us a couple of days of this week to kind of adjust and settle into that. Those changes may be coming tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see tomorrow's reading, especially with the King of Swords present. Thank you for tuning in. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed this reading and if it made sense. Leave me a question or comment. I would love to hear from you if you guys are experiencing this. And subscribe to the channel. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Have a wonderful day and take care. Bye-bye.